Right now at noon, an early morning fire ends a construction remodel at a Joplin apartment building.
It's hazy, it's hot, it's humid, and there are still pop-up storms coming in today. Take a look at your forecast coming up.
And researchers in South Africa discover what could be the world's oldest burial site.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
An investigation is underway after a vacant apartment building in Joplin catches fire. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, Joplin firefighters respond to an early morning structure fire on South Sargent Street. It happened shortly before 5:30 a.m. Joplin Fire, Police, and Met's ambulance responded. Crews fought a defensive attack as the heavy flames kept them from entering the building. The 2-story wood frame structure has multiple apartments, but the building was vacant as it was under construction. Joplin Public Works responded to help tear down portions of the structure. Well, Joplin could soon see some big new changes in the area of 32nd Street and Rangeline. The Joplin City Council last night discussed establishing the 32nd Street Theater Community Improvement District. If passed, it would add 2 new hotels to the area and demolish the old Holiday Inn to make space. A CID bond of $540,000 is needed to fund the demolition of the old Holiday Inn. What's another muggy and steamy day across the 4 states? Chris Warner joins us with a first look at the forecast.
It is a bit on the toasty side out there, Tanya. We've even got some haze out there as well. You can see on the MoDOT camera looking to the west along East 7th from Garden Grove. So we're looking at Duquesne Road right here. And it is a bit hazy out there because it is muggy. KDOT camera 69 and 400. Plentiful sunshine out there. Very hot pavement as well. And here's how we did yesterday. We started the day at 60. This is what just is so crazy about this whole weather situation right now. We started out just a bit below average and we made it well above average, making it to 91, just 4 degrees off of a record high. Like yesterday, we were pretty close to breaking a record as well. All right, 82 Fort Scott, 86 in Chanute, Oswego, Miami, 84 Neosho and Pittsburgh, 85 in Joplin, 83 Lamar. It is hot outside and hot weather is going to continue. I mean, it is June, we're getting into summertime, but it is going to get relatively toasty and as you saw, above average as well. We've got more pop-up thunderstorms in the forecast for us today. And we're looking at a pretty toasty Wednesday, as if today's not toasty enough for you. And pop-up thunderstorm chances and maybe even some better thunderstorm chances will return later this week. We're going to take a complete look at that forecast here in just a few moments. But of course, we want to remind you to scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store and download the Skywatch weather app. That way, wherever you are, you've got the latest forecast in the palm of your hand. That's the KOAM Skywatch weather app. As I mentioned, we're going to take a look at that full forecast and those pop-up thunderstorm chances here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Republican presidential field is expected to grow this week with at least 3 more hopefuls looking to jump into the race. It comes as the party's current frontrunner, former President Trump, faces mounting legal pressures. CBS News correspondent Naomi Ruckham reports.
Today, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie will jump into the 2024 GOP race during a rally in New Hampshire.
Chris Christie's getting in this just to attack Trump.
I think the more the competition, the better.
Tomorrow, former Vice President Mike Pence is set to kick off his presidential bid in Iowa after officially filing his paperwork Monday.
We have a very clear sense of that calling now, and we thought Iowa would be the best place to make our attention stop.
With those two, plus North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum's anticipated Wednesday announcement, the Republican field will expand into the double digits this week. Still, former President Trump has a massive lead in the polls for the nomination, despite mounting legal concerns. Trump's attorneys argued privately to Justice Department officials yesterday that no charges should be filed in the case involving his handling of classified documents, citing unfair treatment by special counsel Jack Smith.
It's a definite sign that an indictment is likely coming very soon.
CBS News has learned Smith attended the meeting with Trump's lawyers. The former president denies any wrongdoing. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Well, speculation around another potential Republican hopeful, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, ended this week. In the Washington Post, he said he will not jump into the presidential race. Instead, he'll campaign for the GOP candidate he believes has the best chances of winning. An explosion at a hydroelectric power plant and dam in southern Ukraine creates massive flooding in the Russian-controlled territory. The dam holds back a reservoir the size of the Great Salt Lake in Utah. It provides water for drinking and agriculture, as well as cooling reservoirs for a critical nuclear power plant. And Prince Harry is on the witness stand today in his lawsuit trial against a British tabloid publisher alleging phone hacking and other intrusions by reporters. Harry says they broke the law for years to collect information about him. The publisher denies it. An American scientist based in South Africa says he found something that could change what we know about the evolution of our planet. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
To travel back in time, paleoanthropologist Lee Berger first heads underground.
These caves are filled with fossils. These fossils are probably over 2 million years old in front of you.
All of this?
The U.S. explorer says he and his team in South Africa have discovered the oldest burial site in the world, predating human burials by at least 100,000 years.
That we have discovered a non-human species that buried its dead in a ritual fashion over and over and over again. And while they were doing that, they carved symbols on the wall above it.
Fossil remains of the Homo naledi were uncovered in these caves around a decade ago. Since then, researchers have kept squeezing into them looking for clues. But not everyone is convinced about this latest find, mainly because our Stone Age cousins had brains a third the size of ours.
I'm skeptical at this point because I'm not sure that they've accounted for every other potential process that's brought these bones together.
Scientists have yet to determine how old the cave markings are or who actually carved them, but Berger is confident it's a groundbreaking discovery.
It goes against everything that hundreds of years of humans trying to understand why we're so special.
Researchers say they'll keep exploring to unlock the complete story of human evolution. Ian Lee, CBS News.
Well, the oldest burials previously unearthed were found in the Middle East and Africa and contain the remains of Homo sapiens. Now, those were around 100,000 years old. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, your household appliances could be costing you thousands in wasted energy. We look at simple changes to help you save on your utility bills. And later, we're making a lemon ricotta cheesecake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, the average family loses more than $6,500 a year in wasted energy. And that's according to Consumer Reports. Michael George shows us how a few simple changes could save you money and be better for the planet.
Your home appliances and lawnmower could be burning more energy and money than you think.
People really do waste money by not, doing those little things that improve efficiency.
Paul Hope from Consumer Reports says that includes regularly cleaning your dishwasher filter and wiping down the gasket. And you can save water by not pre-rinsing the dishes.
Most dishwashers actually have a soil sensor built in to see how dirty the dishes are going in. When you pre-rinse, you're actually fooling it into thinking the dishes are cleaner.
To keep your stove in shape, clean up spills fast. And check that the flame is blue.
That means everything's working as it should. If it's burning yellow or orange, that's a pretty good indicator that you might have a clogged burner or something wrong with one of the burner tubes.
A lot of us store items on top of our fridge, but that wastes energy.
You can actually interfere with the fridge's ability to dissipate heat.
Hope says the ideal fridge temperature setting is 37 degrees. And food will last longer with veggies in the crisper drawer and meat on the bottom shelf where it's coldest. When it comes to the lawn, Consumer Reports says electric mowers are better for the planet, more efficient, and save money in the long run.
For years, gas was really the gold standard with outdoor tools, and that's changed in the last few years.
How big a difference can these changes make?
Over time, there's potential to save thousands of dollars by just taking care of the appliances you have.
A few simple changes adding up to a lot of savings. Michael George, CBS News, Yonkers.
Well, Consumer Reports says it's a good time to upgrade to more energy efficient appliances due to the tax credits from the Inflation Reduction Act. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Join me today as we celebrate Dairy Month with a cheesecake that is dairy delicious. Well, it is.
But first, we're watching for additional pop-up thunderstorms as we head into our Tuesday afternoon. We'll take a look at that forecast when the KOAM News at Noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So it's just that continuous repeat forecast here where we've got another round of pop-up thunderstorms expected to begin developing here in the next couple of hours across the area. If we take a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker, the Skywatch Storm Tracker itself is currently clear of any precipitation, but if you look close enough, you can see where we're starting to get those cumulus clouds beginning to develop across parts of southeast Kansas out there, and that's going to be where some of these initial storms will begin to develop and start to overspread the rest of the area. So here we go, 3, 4 o'clock, we'll see these scattered thunderstorms across the region. Now, as we saw yesterday and as we saw on Saturday, we don't actually have a severe risk across the area, but these pop-up storms do have that capability. They could go strong, possibly severe. So definitely keep an eye to the sky. Keep the Skywatch weather app handy just in case. And of course, like we've seen, these will continue through the evening hours until we start to lose the heating of the day, and then they will begin to die out. As we head into our Wednesday, there's the remote possibility of a stray pop-up storm or two. It's looking to be relatively remote, but it is possible. One thing, though, for tomorrow is it's expected to be hotter. Then we'll go into Thursday morning. We'll start to see some dying remnants of some scattered showers and thunderstorms off to our north that are going to try and scrape through the area, giving us some off and on rain chances. And then that will set the stage for the possibility of some additional pop-up storm development as we head into the afternoon hours on Thursday across the area. The other thing it'll do is with the cloud cover and just this general rain chance across the area, it does keep our temperatures a little cooler for us as we head into our Thursday, but it doesn't last very long, unfortunately. MoDOT camera, 7th and Garden Grove, looking back to the west toward Duquesne here. You can see a little bit of a haze in the atmosphere. It is hot, it is hazy, it is humid out there. Our camera right here at the KOAM TV studios, looking back off to the southeast toward Joplin, and you can see the haze in the sky there. And KDOT camera 69 and 400 pointed just right at the roadway to take a look at the traffic, so you can't see the haze too well, but believe me, it is still muggy out there. Our camera 7th and Rangeline, a little bit of haze out there, a little bit of unpleasantness out there. As we've seen in the afternoon, yeah, we're at 85. It's still pretty toasty. Dew point is still up there at 60, but the humidity in the afternoon actually starts to come down, at least briefly, ahead of these pop-up thunderstorms. Over in Pittsburgh, sunny skies, 85 degrees, dew point at 62, humidity at 46%, and around the rest of the region, we look about like this. We look hot, 86 in Chanute, 85 Neodesha, Yates Center, Parsons, 86 is Chitopa, Miami, and 84 in Neosho and Carthage. Highs today still looking upper 80s, lower 90s across the area. We'll start to see those pop-up thunderstorms work their way in. They'll die out. We'll be left with partly cloudy to mostly clear skies as we head into the overnight hours. Still mild. We're talking mid to upper 60s. And as we head into tomorrow, again, remote possibility of a stray storm or two. Otherwise, highs pushing again near 90, maybe even the lower 90s under partly cloudy skies. So we're going to go hot tomorrow, right around 90, maybe a bit warmer. 83, though, on Thursday. Pop-up storms through the weekend. Temps mid to upper 80s. A little cooler, sunnier on Monday, upper 70s. But that cool spell lasts for about 10 minutes, it seems, as we go back mid-80s, lower 90s toward the middle of next week. And we see the return of pop-up thunderstorm chances by next Wednesday.
Not much difference between 88 and 90, so if you could just get rid of that 9.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to start to see quite a few more 9s as the rest of this month goes on. We're starting to warm up.
Well, next Monday looks good. We'll keep it that.
Well, it'd be nice to see that more often.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making a lemon ricotta cheesecake after the break. June is National Dairy Month, and today we're celebrating with a decadent Italian-style cheesecake. Howard shows us how to make a lemon ricotta cheesecake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Are you someone who runs into the supermarket, grabs what you need, and out the door you go? Or do you sort of mosey down the aisle to see what's new? Well, no matter which category you fall into, with June being Dairy Month, there is no better time to spend a few extra minutes to check out all the new and exciting finds in the dairy aisle. One of the biggest sections that has continued to grow is the yogurt section. It seems this year there are more flavors and pack sizes than ever, including plant-based options. And if you're a cheese lover, you'll find everything from creamy as can be cheese slices to bricks that are ideal for nibbling or making sauces. The shredded options are an easy way to make any dish ooey and gooey. Of course, there are the staples. Butter, which is ideal for cooking and baking, to easy as can be tubs that will ensure us the perfect schmear. If you're a coffee lover, there are more ways to lighten it up and flavor it than ever. Or if you prefer juice, you'll be blown away with all the blends that are good for sipping or teaming with your favorite adult beverage. So to salute this month, I've whipped up a cheesecake that brings many of these must-haves together. So right after the news, go online and get the recipe for our new lemon ricotta cheesecake that's decadently irresistible. And while you pick up the ingredients, mosey down the dairy aisle and discover a few new finds of your own. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we've discovered a dairy delicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
I love lemon. I'm going to have to check it out. And you can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices. It is a National Drive-In Day. The beloved institution of the Drive-In Theater celebrates its 90th anniversary today. The Drive-In Theater was invented by Richard Hollingshead, who opened the first one in Camden, New Jersey on June 6, 1933. The 4 states boast 2 drive-ins. This one, the Route 66 Drive-In in Carthage, and the Barco Drive-In in Lamar. And Barco's actually showing Super Mario Brothers tonight in honor of National Drive-In Day.
And it's not a bad opportunity to get out for the drive-in. We got those pop-up storm chances. Otherwise warm, upper 80s, lower 90s, low 90s tomorrow. More storms Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in terms of pop-ups. And then a little cooler Monday as we go back into the upper 70s, at least for a day.
What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, mosquitoes can be pesky and for some a major health threat. Some of us are called mosquito magnets who get more than our fair share of bites. In Health Watch, we're going to look at what might make you a mosquito magnet. Plus, an update from the Joplin Parks and Rec Director on staffing for city pools. And we mentioned it is National Drive-In Day, but we're going to head to Lamar, where the owners of the Barco Drive-In are dedicating this season to their late son. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more. KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.